Greetings, greetings, greetings. This is Iyanda Siraj, the Eclectic High Priestess, and I'm so grateful to be back in this space with another message from the divine to help you on your journey of development. Listen, listen. Okay, so some old hags, and I'm just telling you what Spirit said. Y'all don't come for me, okay? Some old hags try to take your throne, and they have been sentenced to pauperism and peasantry. Okay? They have been cast out of society. Okay? So let me tell you what happened. What came down. Um this I want to tell you first off that excuse me. I want to tell you first off that this campaign was started by someone very near and dear to you. The parent card came out, so I want to say, since we have old hags, I want to say that a parent, a mother, or aunt, someone you respect and love in your family, a female, is the start of this campaign. They started this campaign, okay? Now, how all these other people came to be involved, I'm not sure. Whether she hired them, whatever, I don't know what happened. But it happened in a way. There was a significant situation that took place in your life. This could have been a breakup, a job loss, a death close to you. It could have been anything like that. These people try to use that situation to discredit you, to smear your name, to point you out as a depending on what the situation is, right? If it was a romance thing and you dealt with the breakup really bad, they try to paint you as desperate, as needy, as always chasing after somebody or whatever. They use whatever situation you were going through to smear your name. Okay. Okay. This is because there was something that you were getting ready to step into. Now, I feel for somebody, especially with a relationship, this relationship was going to be revived, and it was going to be the best relationship you've ever had. It was meant to lead to marriage. It was meant, because we have so much energy here that came out. This was supposed to be, I will say, your divine counterpart. Just to say it, I'm going to say it. This person was supposed to start a new cycle for you in love, in life, in finance, in career, right? They were supposed to start a whole new journey for you. Spirituality, too. I'd be remiss not to mention that, because there was definitely something here about that, okay? This person activated something in you. And I'm not sure if the breakup you had was with this person and it was supposed to come back together, or if after this breakup you were supposed to have another person come in. I'm not sure of the details of all of that. All I know is that following this significant happening, you were supposed to have a windfall of abundance, love, and opportunity. All right? And so these people they started a smear campaign. All right. They knew you were on the precipice. They knew you were just on the cusp of this new life, this new beginning for yourself. All right. So whatever we have a couple signs here. So I'm gonna give you the signs: Virgo, Aquarius, Pisces. Then we have the month of May. So that throws Taurus in there. Okay. But either way, someone literally tried to hack. They tried to not only discredit you, but as you began to open up emotionally during this healing process, or whatever this loss or significant life event was, as you went through this, you began to have certain epiphanies. You began to grow in a way emotionally. You began to mature spiritually after this situation happened. Okay, so the material gifts and accolades that you were supposed to have were held up. But something inside of you, something that it was spiritual gifts, it was wisdom of your emotions, it was the ability to discern whatever this was. I mean, I'm not going to say whatever it is. All of those things were being activated in you, because whatever was outside was being blocked by this group of people, perhaps. All of the energy escalated or what am I trying to say? It like ramped up inside of you because it didn't have that place to express it out because all of those avenues for you were being blocked by other people. So it only had one choice. The energy had to be inside of you. So this raised your vibration exponentially, okay? So had you looking at your own emotions, which meant that your emotional development, emotional maturity skyrocketed. Your intellect skyrocketed. Your ability to withstand hard situations because you didn't have the ability to put it out into projects and things like that because they were blocking it. You grew. You grew. Your relationships couldn't grow. Your business couldn't grow. Whatever else was outside of you couldn't grow because people were blocking it. Do you understand what I'm saying? But because energy has to manifest, because it needs a place to be, it began to grow and expand within you. Now, let me tell you. We have tonus spheres, okay, or the Taurus spheres, and this concept is something where it's a donut shaped, donut shaped what? Donut shaped. It's a donut form, okay. Think about a donut. Everything flows back to the center, okay. Everything flows back to the center, and we call this a Taurus sphere, okay. All right. The energy, you were trying to put it out towards things, they were blocking it, and it was flowing right back. Growing and expanding you, continuing to grow and expand outward, okay? That hopefully you can understand the explanation. The fact of the matter is, they tried to create delusions and illusions in your life. They hacked your crown chakra to an extent, okay? But what happened was, even with the tampering of your crown chakra, you say you were doing, if you are a medium, if you are a psychic or a card reader, whatever, if you have a spiritual practice that you use to help other people, they were trying to block that. But let me tell you what happened. You continued your efforts. If one thing wasn't working, you wasn't getting clear confirmation or you weren't getting clear information, it led you to go learn another system. And then that one you would work in it and you would learn it. And then before long, it would feel blocked. You learned another system. So what they did was every effort that these people put into place, enhanced you. It enhanced you. We're not going to give them all the credit. We're not going to give them all the credit. Oh, did it return to sender yesterday? Exactly. We're not giving them all the credit because the largest part of this success for you is the fact that you didn't stop. You didn't quit. You didn't succumb to whatever pressures, blockages, hindrances were being placed upon you. And what that did was it told the energy, hey, keep working, even though we can't get you to go out there anywhere, keep working within me, right? And that's exactly what's been happening. So we have triumph. I know y'all can't see, y'all know triumph. We have mediumship showing up. We have marriage showing up. I do feel in celebration, productivity, these people were definitely trying to block these things with you on the outward world, in your outward world. And what happened is they sent you into the higher dimensions. They were so busy. Yeah, and that's true too. Yeah, I mean, okay, let's chat about that real quick. You're right. So this exchange, return to sender. I wanted to let y'all know, I don't do any type of spiritual work or returning to sender or anything like that. I don't do any of that work. I'm with Crystal Clear. Now, whatever your practice leads you to do is what it leads you to do. So there's no judgment, right? But I don't do any of that. Like, I don't do any of that. Even manifestation, like with manifestation, I really don't have to do a lot of rituals and things like that to manifest. Sometimes when I was learning the systems, I tried this and I tried that, and it was cool and all. But one of the things is that, yeah, they want you to try to match their energy. That's what, yeah, Crystal Clear is spot on. Yeah, the goal is to bring you to their level. And when you do, and just to clarify, when you do return to senders, some people believe, and I would be in agreement here with this. Doesn't make it 100% right? But I would be in agreement to say that you end up having to meet them at their vibration. You know, you are meeting them, or you're matching their energy. And so I do tend to side with protection over sending out anything, because I have literally seen that work very well. I've seen that work well, and didn't have to really do much else. Okay. My prayers, even just speaking a word of protection over myself when I see something or I hear something that someone's saying about me, and I can be tempted to be like, well, that person, da 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 da, and that's my return to sender, right? I'm gonna just throw something out there about that person, retaliation and things like that. But for me, it works so much better when I just get into an energy of guarding my energy, protecting myself, shielding, getting away from that person, or, you know, whatever I need to do, taking a bath, whatever it is. That usually works really well. I've seen, even in this circumstance that I'm in, you guys, I haven't been sharing it with you all, but even in this circumstance that I'm in this environment, there's been multiple attacks to try to bring my energy down, okay? To get me to engage in gossip, to get me to engage in all this stuff that they have going on. I don't even know how these people who are in a homeless shelter have enough time to be thinking about gossiping and spreading rumors about somebody else. I mean, you think that your mind would be focused on the priority of taking care of yourself, but it apparently is happening anyway. So, but the fact of the matter is, you do have to recognize that when you do certain things, well, for me, I'm not gonna say this is absolute truth, but my belief is when you do certain things to combat and you take these actions against, then you do lower your vibration. That's what I believe. So I'm with Crystal Clear. Like, I tend to just do some protection work, right? And whatever that is. Here, I don't have a whole lot of things at my disposal, but I do what I can, right? So yeah, so we, so this message, there was a message that came through that you gave someone advice, or you tried to heal a certain situation via bringing up a conversation or initiating some type of, you tried to initiate a conversation with someone. You may have even tried to intervene in the situation. However, whatever you did, these people rejected that. These people, or this person, said something along the lines of, I don't need, okay, I'm hearing literally some words my mom said to me one time now. Okay, but anyway, but it's not what I was trying to bring up, but apparently that's what they said. They said that they didn't need you to heal them, or they didn't need you to analyze them. They said they didn't need you to be that. They didn't need you to do that. They turned it around back on you and said that basically you should put that energy in yourself. You should focus on you. And then when they did that, what they did was follow that up with work, efforts, tactics to get you to feel crazy, feel off kilter, feel like you're the one who needed whatever this emotional healing or this psychological evaluation, whatever the situation was for you. They wanted you to feel like you needed that. Okay, you wasn't casting judgment. I don't feel like, at least. I know in my situation, I was not casting judgment. I was just trying to find common ground, understand where some of this information came from, things like that. So it may be similar for whoever's out there. You might have just been trying to clear the air. This person told you that you thought you knew it all, or that you needed to basically focus on yourself, okay? I have the self-help advice column card here. So for me, this means that this person's perception of you coming to them was that you thought you were better than them, or that you thought you had all of your stuff together, and those, so then you were coming to them to help them get theirs together, and they didn't like that energy. Okay, so what I will say is that was an illusion or delusion that came from their lack of self-confidence, their own inner wounds and their own things, you know, because this person really has always compared themselves to you, or has always wondered if they needed other help, or if they were off a little bit. This person really had always thought those things, but when you came to them with this, it was like a slap in the face. They felt like you were trying to judge them or criticize them. Okay. I will say, so whatever this was, this person definitely felt offended by what you said. Okay. They thought you were trying to paint a picture of them. They thought you were trying to psycho. That's what she said. My mom said, you can miss me with that psycho babble bullshit. That's what she told me exactly. The exact words she said. You can miss me with that psycho babble bullshit. So anyway, it's funny to me now, but long story short, this whole thing, this turned into a whole thing, like a community of people. Okay. And I honestly, we have disinformation agents, and a disinformation agent is a person who has a position in a community or a government or a system, and they are able to seed misinformation to other people to affect the systems that they have control over. So if we think about it in society and we have misinformation agents, we would say that, now some people, I'm just gonna say, let me say some people would say that, let's talk about this pandemic, they would say that the misinformation agents are the holistic doctors and these different people. Now, this is a theory, but some of these people could be could be in place, and they are agents, meaning they're going to give out information that says, you don't need to get the vaccine, you don't need to get the vaccine, da, 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 da. And then people will literally be fearful. Because for me, this whole thing is really just about fear. I don't think it matters whether you get it or not. It's about how you approach it. Are you afraid of it? Are you being dominated by this idea of being sick or not being sick? Or do you have control over your own being? I think that's the purpose of it. I really don't think it matters whether you get it or not, right? It's just like, do you have control over your own being? Or are you being led one way by misinformation? Okay. So back to the point, this person may be well known in the community. They may be, even like a local celebrity, anything like that. This person felt the need to seed information about you into these other systems, these other groups. And I'm saying groups, so it's multiple groups, because it just feels like this person had a little bit of reach, okay? People know this person, all right? This person seeded this information, and then we have sleeper agents, okay? And what that means, what a sleeper agent is that these people are in society, they live a normal life, and when they're needed, boom, they're awakened, their mission is awakened, and they already have a personality in place, right? They already have like a personality in place that makes whatever role they're meant to play out believable. Okay. So if this person has been a priest or whatever the case may be, and that's who they are in society, then when it's time for them to be activated, whatever message they have to spread, people will see it as credible. They will see this person as credible because of who they already were in society. So this person will not have ever had the agenda to misinform, but because they've already have credibility, they're easily used as an agent, because whatever they say, people already believe. Okay, so yeah, sleeper agent. Okay, then we have pills and potions. We have hacked. We have pessimism. We have mediumship, triumph, purple, the color purple. I do feel too with this, there is definitely a sense of, I know it's a lot of different messages coming through, but y'all know, ride with me. Just ride with me, okay? Because what I'm feeling is that we're talking about, we do operate in these readings a lot as a microcosm and a macrocosm. So a lot of times I'll pick up like a personal connection or personal relationship energy, but it will also be relevant for a larger group or a larger system. So that's probably why these messages are coming out like this, all blah, okay? I do feel that there is definitely a sense. Celebration was one of the only cards that came out in the reverse, and then we had pessimism. So there was a lot of energy here to keep you in a low vibration of doubt, fear, not feeling proud of yourself, feeling less than, all these different things. There was all this energy. We have welts here too. So there was constant attacks on you as a person, on your intellect, on your spiritual well-being, all to make you feel as if whatever you were experiencing or whatever you were about to acquire, this throne, whatever you were about to acquire wasn't real. They don't want you to believe it. They believe it. They didn't want nobody else to believe it, and they didn't want you to believe it. Okay. So, but with Taurus spheres, again, not only did the energy the positive energy and efforts that you were trying to put out, not only did that return to you and continue to expand and grow within you, but it did the same thing for them. This energy that they attempted to put out and put out and put out, it did affect you because it caused blockages, but God had a plan. The Most High had a plan for that to better you and grow you and expand you. On their end, they constantly put this out, and this Taurus sphere brought it right back into them. So right now, the doubt and fear that they wanted you to feel, they're feeling. The lack of connection to spirit, they're feeling. The lack of a connection to community, they're feeling. The lack of finances and material stability, they are feeling. I literally heard when I was putting the title, that's why, like, when I come up with the titles, it's because I got the channeled message and then they want me to expand upon it, right? So when I heard sentenced to pauperism and peasantry, that was big. Y'all know what pauperism is? Poor, desolate, isolated, pauperism, cast out from society, even the lowest of the low on a societal scale or hierarchy, however you want to put it. And peasantry, same energy. But we're talking about lack spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. We're talking about desolate. These people have called this back upon themselves, or it's returned upon themselves. So that's also another argument with the need to do a return to center. I mean, if you feel like you need to do it, I ain't gonna judge you. But the law is that everything returns back to source. Everything returns back to source. And if you believe you are the source, know that whatever you put out is always going to return to you. Now, if it doesn't get to manifest in a business, a relationship, or whatever you need out there, pay attention to what is manifesting within you. For other people, when they put it out, you know it's gonna return back to them. If that means that if they try to send spiritual attack to you, and now they dealing with bipolarism and dissociative disorder and don't know real from fantasy, that's because they was trying to put that on you. or lying, because some of you are real ass mediums. Some of you are real spiritualists, real diviners. They really hear from God. And if these people try to say, oh, they're crazy, or they ain't hearing from nobody, oh, they making that up, they psychotic, well, that's what they're experiencing in their reality now. They've been sentenced to live in the prison that they tried to put you in. They painted this painting and now they're stuck in it. Isn't that a movie? Isn't that a movie? Somebody went into a painting and we're kind of stuck in the painting. I think that's a movie. Yeah, a lot of us ain't from here. Shoot, anybody who be in these lives ain't from here for sure. Yeah, you came here just to be here, learn a little bit. You're like, what they doing on Earth? But either way, pills and potions, delusion. I mean, I think it's ironic that all of these cards literally came out, especially these. All of these came out as delusion energy, just delusion energy, you know? Delusion, pills and potions, sleeper agents, Taurus spheres, talking about all this energy going and cycling right back to source, and disinformation agents. So whatever, I will say, for you guys, okay, I just heard somebody is married to spirit. There's no separation between you and spirit now. So if you ever felt like somebody was coming in between, and then there's the parent card, parent. I feel it's literal this time, but for anyone out there, it could be someone that whose authority you surrender to willingly. Okay, so that could be a boss or spiritual leader or something like that. But this person is the person who initiated this campaign. This person is someone you trusted to lead you or guide you in a way. trusted to have your best interest at heart, okay? So I say parent because that seems very literal, but it could also be some of them other entities, all right? Let me get these cards because I feel like they want me to pull some more, so give me a second. Y'all, I be pulling them out and just meditating on them and seeing what comes, and then sometimes they want me to say, to get more. Let's see about let's get some tarot. Might be a good idea. Okay, so very specifically, there was I want to say a Virgo or a Taurus, a Virgo or a Capricorn, I guess all three, whatever. I want to say Virgo, Capricorn, that you may have been in some type of relationship. This could have been a tutor as well, or a direct supervisor. That this whole campaign, it was like you were supposed to not develop a deeper connection there. You were supposed to not be promoted or seen as promotion worthy. You were supposed to not be seen as a good protege for spiritual work or whatever the case may be. I don't know who this person is to you, but it could be any of those things. And this campaign was started, see, judgment. This campaign was started so that you wouldn't, that whoever this person, whoever had the authority to put you on the throne wouldn't see you as throne worthy, okay? But the gag is, Gabriel's here, you can't stop God. God is all seeing. You can't stop God from seeing who's who. God appointed and anointed that person. The Most High is the one who determined that that throne was for that person. How you gonna stop God from seeing the value in something that he created? She created. It created. You can't do that. You might get man to not be able to see it, but you can't get... And do you think you're gonna be able to block every avenue that spirit has for this person to reach that throne? So that's where you at if you thinking that you thought that. A deep misunderstanding if a person feels as if they gonna not only get man to not believe it. Gabriel is who my soul choose. Gabriel is also one of my spirit guides. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, both very much work with me. Five of Wands. I don't think these people knew the extent or knew the power of what they were fighting up against. They're very much 3D mentality based because they couldn't have thought that they were actually coming up against God. I don't think that they would have allowed themselves to behave in the ways that they were behaving. Maybe these people didn't really believe in God. Maybe these people don't believe in a higher spirit, a higher force for real. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever they were doing, it doesn't make sense to think that you knew something higher existed, but you was going to win over it. That's a whole delusion. Y'all give me a second. They about to come in here and do a room check. All right, I guess I'm going to go. Peace.